YouTube, what's going on, man? It's Father Dark, and I'm up way past my bedtime. I just got off actually just getting completely just spanked, trying to play ranked late night solo queue. Those are what are known as the demon hours, when the most goated players alive seem to be awake and in plat lobbies for some reason. People that are way beyond that, but for some reason they're in plat. You know, I guess they're using up their Smurf accounts. But nonetheless, though, I wanted to go ahead and get this video out about some of the nerfs and buffs and stuff like that that'll be coming out. I want to go ahead and do it before tomorrow, because I feel like at some point tomorrow they're probably going to start releasing like the gameplay trailers and stuff like that, or breakdowns for, you know, the Human Torch and the Thing, and probably talking about what we can expect. So I want to go ahead and post videos about that tomorrow afternoon probably. Or the day after, because we're getting really close to the mid-season update, which is going to be on February 21st, this coming Friday. So it'll be any day now when they do that. But nonetheless, though, someone that I follow on Twitter, Rival Leaks, which there's multiple Rival Leaks, but Rival Leaks and Info, I guess, to be more specific. They actually got some patch notes, some Chinese patch notes, and they translated them, and they actually posted all that stuff on Twitter in regards to what was getting nerfed and buffed, or who was getting nerfed and buffed, and synergies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and read through these in the order that they're posted. So yeah, but let's start out with tanks. So first we got Venom, and Venom, it says that he's getting increased battlefield threat upon entry, reduced energy cost for ultimate. Frenzied Arrival now knocks enemies inward instead of vertically with a 75-degree inward knockback angle. Devouring Feast, which is ultimate, the energy cost is reduced from 2,800 to 2,500. And moving on to Captain America, we have increased survivability during prolonged battles, improved usability of Vibranium Energy Shield, and reduced ultimate energy costs. Now able to use Absolute Will for defense while jumping. Vibranium Energy Shield projectile speed increased from 60 milliseconds to 80 milliseconds. Bounce speed increased from 100 milliseconds to 150 milliseconds. Call of Freedom, his ultimate. The energy cost has been reduced from 3,100 to 2,800. Light shield strikes and melee attacks are now separate. Melee attacks in shield, flight, or combo mode will activate the first two strikes of light shield strike. Defined Descent will no longer trigger when performing a melee attack while airborne. Okay, so that's Cap. Next, we have Thor. So with Thor, we have improved usability of Rune Awakening, remove the global cooldown after Rune Awakening ends. And let's see. Okay, so I think they have it separated here. So for the next one is Groot. And for Groot, we have increased combat range threat. Thorn Wall maximum placement distance increased from 15 meters to 18 meters. Okay, so with Magneto, we have slightly reduced survivability, slightly increased offensive capability. Magneto orb damage increased from 35 to 40. Electromagnetic Curtain now consumes 65 energy per second, up from 50. And max duration reduced from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. And this is one that I know a lot of people are going to be interested in. Well, I mean, you know, I know people are interested in the nerfs and buffs to tanks, period, mostly nerfs. But this one in particular, I feel like a lot of people have really been, you know, wanting for a while. But Doctor Strange, he has been slightly reduced survivability. His base health has been reduced from 650 to 600. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but we're going to have to see how that plays out in actual game, in theory, you know, because usually I think when people hear nerfs, they're kind of like, just cut his health in half. It's like, it's a tank, though. He's got to have high health. But at least they're working on it from 650 to 600. I do think that will probably make a difference here. So next, let's move on to Duelist. So first, we have everybody's probably least favorite Duelist to have to deal with. We got Iron Fist. Improved sustained combat capability, added new functionality to the zigzag punch, and provided more battlefield choices. Oh, yikes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Jeet Kune Do, attack damage adjusted, hits 1, 2, and 5 reduced from 32 to 30. Okay, so a little bit of a nerf. So you got a little bit of a buff, a little bit of a nerf. And then it says hits 3 and 4 reduced from 16 to 15. Hit 6 reduced from 55 to 50. Zigzag punch damage reduced from 19 to 10 per hit, but now deals 1.7% of the enemy's max HP as damage per hit. Heart meditation bonus, HP increased from 50 to 150, but now decays at 25 HP per second after 1 second. Block and counter max converted HP increased from 150 to 200. Base health increased from 250 to 300. Okay, so that's all for him. Next, we got Mr. Fantastic. Improve harassment potential and increase ultimate skill threat. Harassment potential, what is that? Now we have stretch and slam ground effect radius increased from 2.5 to 5 meters. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a buff. And now also knocks enemies outward. All right. Stretch and slam cooldown increased from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. Sorry, someone was at the door. Dog started barking. So where were we at? We were at Mind Crush ultimate. Base damage increased from 50 to 70. Mind Crush energy cost increased from 2,800 to 3,400. Mind Crush now has damage fall off, reducing damage from 3 meters outward with max reduction at 10 meters. Okay, so next, moving on, we have Iron Man. It says increased damage output of Beam Ray in both normal and overdrive states. Beam Ray damage increased from 120 seconds to 140 seconds. Okay, I don't know if that's actually seconds. It's a slash and an S. Beam Ray armor overdrive damage is increased from 180 to 190. I don't think these are seconds, obviously. Whatever that means with the slash and the S. Okay, moving on from that, we have Hawkeye. It says increased survivability and close range threat. Enhance ultimate skill impact. Base health increased from 240 to 275. Explosive arrow projectile damage reduced from 20 to 15, but its field damage increased from 25 to 32. Crescent slash cooldown reduced from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Falcon Vision ultimate now charges bow faster, with charge speed multiplier increased from 1.2 to 1.35. Okay. Storm, now we're moving on now to Storm. Reduce long range threat, decrease self buff from aura while increasing team buff. Windblade damage fall off at 30 meters, improved from 70% to 60%. Thunderstorm self damage buff reduced from 16 to 12%. Ally buff increased from 8% to 10%. Enhanced Thunderstorm self damage buff reduced from 30% to 25%. Okay, and now moving on to Star-Lord, we have increased max damage movement distance for Rocket Boost, enhancing mobility. Rocket Boost max energy increased from 1,200 to 1,800. All right, now on to Scarlet Witch. We have increased survivability when using Ultimate. Reality Erasure Ultimate grants 100 bonus HP upon activation, which decays at 50. I don't know what the slash S stands for, but you guys obviously let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm just sleeping. I'm overthinking them. After Ultimate ends, so it says it's going to decay at 50 after Ultimate ends. Okay, Spider-Man, slightly reduced cooldown for Web Shot, decreasing attack downtime. Web Shot charge time reduced from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Now we're moving on to Moon Knight. Moon Knight increased enemy reaction time to Khonshu's fist, optimized its damage logic. Khonshu's fist descent speed reduced, adjusted Khonshu's fist damage. Each hit now deals 150 instead of 75. Dear Lord in heaven. Did he just get the buff of Legends here? Okay. While removing the previous central area effect. All right. So that's insane. But moving on, we got Black Widow. Improved combat potential and post-ultimate threat. Red Room Rifle magazine size increased from 8 to 15. Wow, they are going in with these buffs. Energy Vortex Ultimate slow effect reduced from 80% to 55%, but now it inflicts a 4-second debuff, causing 15% increased damage taken. And last but not least, we have Hela. Improved suppression capability against mid to long range enemies. Soul Piercer damage fall off at 30 meters, increased from 70% to 80%. All right, so now we're done with them. Now we have to go to Strategist. So for Strategist, we have Adam Warlock. They increase damage and slight healing buff during soul energy. Quantum magic damage increased from 55 to 60. Damage fall off at 40 meters, improved from 50% to 60%. Soul synergy healing increased from 10 seconds or 10/S to 15/S. Once again, no idea what that means. Cloak and Dagger, increased survival. Increased survival. And now, once again, too, also we moved on from Adam Warlock to Cloak and Dagger. They said they increased the survival during Ultimate, reduce Ultimate frequency and duration. Light and Shadow Ultimate energy costs increase from 3,400 to 4,000. Okay. Light and Shadow duration reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds with shorter pause time between phases. Now only applies one healing instance per phase of stacking. Camera control unlocked during Light and Shadow. Cloak of Fear. That's one thing. Camera control unlocked during Light and Shadow. Cloak of Fear vulnerability effects increased from 20% to 28%. And for Invisible Woman, we have reduced ultimate frequency. Phantom Presence ultimate energy cost reduced from 4,000 to 4,300. Okay. So now for the last part, we have team synergy adjustment. So this isn't much, but all they have is Gamma Charge reduced Hulk's energy benefit or synergy benefit and Beam Ray Gamma Overdrive damage. Gamma Charge reduced Hulk's synergy benefit and Beam Ray Gamma Overdrive damage. That's a lot to say. Dimensional Teleport improved Black Panther and Psylocke's combat endurance. Light Force now grants Moon Knight healing over time after skill activation. Symbiote Bond reworked defensive mechanics for Spider-Man and Penny Parker, now granting temporary invincibility instead of damage reduction. Oh, wow. That's actually going to be a hell of a team up right there. So, yeah. So it sounds like they really just there were very few people that didn't get reworks, and a lot of these reworks sound like they're really just buffing the living hell out of a lot of people. I mean, obviously there's some nerfs, but it sounds like they gave some people some buffs that I'm gonna be really curious to see how they actually play out, because some of that stuff sounded wild. And it sounds like my main Cloak and Dagger got a little bit of a nerf there, but it's okay though. Even though it's my main, there's a lot of different characters that I like to play and that I know. Hopefully all of you do as well. But let me know in the comments though what you guys think about these buffs and these nerfs. I know that was a lot to go through, and I was just kind of like reading it off and stuff like that. Like I said, it's 12 o'clock at night for me. I've been up since crack of dawn, so. But like I said, I just want to go ahead and get this video out because I'm pretty sure there's going to be stuff that people are going to be more interested, coming up here in the next day or so. Because like I said, with the update on Friday, usually they will release like gameplay trailers and stuff like that for the new characters, and just kind of like talk about all the stuff that they're going to be doing. Usually about 3 to 4 days out from when the update actually is. So, like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. But like I said, let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think about the nerfs buffs. Do you think there were enough? Did they leave out characters? Are you tight because they nerfed or buffed your character? Well, I mean, you wouldn't be tight if they buffed your character. But obviously, you know what I mean here. Work with me. It's late. But, yeah, so once again, just let me know in the comments. It's Father Dark, and I'm out.